material, the law of one. And to me, this has been so profound. This teaching has been so profound in my life. To be able to answer all my questions I've had since I was a little kid. You know, what are we doing here? What is this? What is this life? What is the purpose of this? And so much more that is given to us by these beings that gave us the raw material, the law of one. And Ra is a higher density extraterrestrial that they actually originated from the planet Venus 2 billion years ago. And they came to us in ancient Egypt to give us this message of the law of one. They actually were responsible for building the Great Pyramids. And they actually built the Great Pyramids as initiation and healing chambers. They taught the Egyptians to use crystals and different things to be able to access a higher awareness, to increase their lifespan, because their lifespan was very short at those times. And because of everything, they already had these concepts of the sun gods, and they had all these concepts of higher beings and gods. And so they were able to go there and give them this message of the law of one, but then it was distorted. It was distorted for the priests and the higher caste at the time of the Egyptians. They used it for their own benefit instead of giving it to everybody. And then they turned it into a negative. So then Ra ended up leaving, and they never came back until 1981. They found this group, LNL Research, who was channeling, and this is a group that is composed of Don Elkins, which is the questioner. He's a physicist. And Carla Rueckert, which was a channeler, and she was actually, her and the questioner, they were partners. And then Jim McCarty later on joined, and he was the scribe. And this group, they came together at this time, and they chose this before their incarnation. They had a plan. This was their life purpose in this lifetime. And what Ra gave us is this message of love and unconditional love, and that the universe is experiencing itself as everything. The universe, how it labels it is, you could think of it as the prism, like the Dark Side of the Moon Pink Floyd album cover. And you see the white light going through the prism, and then it goes out as the seven colors of the rainbow. And it also correlates, the 7 densities correlate with the 7 notes on a musical scale. And it talks about how the universe is an octave, and there's infinite octaves. So our universe is just one octave out of an infinite of octaves. So it's just so mind-blowing. And it's all vibration. It's all vibration. And how it talks about how the universe is created, it talked about how intelligent infinity became aware of itself, and it created intelligent energy, which is the logos, which is every galaxy, every sun, every being out in the universe is part of this intelligent energy expressing itself as the creator. And these 7 densities is what we progress through. Just like we have evolution in this physical reality, consciousness evolves through the 7 densities. And so the first density is the density of beingness and awareness. So it is, as a planet, as a solar system is formed, you have all the planets that terraform themselves, like the Earth, for example. Over billions of years, you have lava, fire, rock, water, air just colliding with each other. And then that density is connected with your root chakra. That is the first density. And as we can connect with our root chakra, we can become more grounded to the earth, because the earth and every rock, every mineral, every drop of water, the wind, everything is a living being, is a spirit experiencing itself in the first density of awareness, of consciousness. And then as this consciousness progresses over billions of years, you start developing life on the planet, microbial life. You start developing plants and animals. And this is connected with your sacral, with your orange ray chakra. And it is the density of growth and movement. And as you see, every density, the more you progress, the higher your vibration gets, the more you develop your body on this scale, the more ability you have to express yourself in your physical body. So compared to the first density, which is rocks and minerals and different elements, it's very, very slow. Consciousness still doesn't have a lot of ways to express itself. And then once you progress into the second density, look at all the diversity of life on our planet, and just think, Earth is a school, and we progress. Every planet that has life on it is a school where we progress and we learn and we go through the reincarnation cycle. These different animals, we have to be all these different rocks, minerals, and then we have to be all these different animals, insects. You think you have a bug gets eaten by the spider. Next lifetime you might be the spider, and then you eat the bug and you experience everything, just like a wolf devours a sheep. And maybe a few generations of reincarnation cycles, and you will be the wolf eating the sheep and not getting eaten. You have to learn, you have to experience everything on this scale. So then the later part of the second density is what we would call pets. And as we give our pets love and boundaries and teach them different things, they learn from us this individuality. And then later on, through multiple incarnation as pets, they can incarnate as a human being. Either that, actually, I've heard somewhere along the lines where before they can become a human being, they might be like a nature spirit or something. Different fairies or Bigfoot or who knows. But then you get the third density. This is where we are. We are in the third density, the solar plexus. And this is where consciousness becomes self-aware. So instead of just being aware, being in movement, you know, a second density animal doesn't have an intellect. It doesn't have the ability to think about things as we do, to see ourselves as a separate being, to have all these different illusions in our mind. Its bodies aren't developed enough to do that. And in the third density, we go through this veil of forgetfulness where we forget who we are so that we could have this physical experience. And with the intellect we create these different beliefs, these different illusions in our mind, because we are living in this third density matrix. And through the thousands of years of our species evolution, Ra actually talks about that the third density cycle is 75,000 years. So our planet has been evolving third density for over 75,000 years through these different cycles. We've had multiple different civilizations on our planet. Atlantis, Lemuria, whatever it is, we had to go through that. And now we are where we are now, and you see the evolution of how humanity has behaved. All these wars, all these different atrocities, all these things that came out of separation because we have no context of who we are when we come here, and we're programmed, and then we have to survive and fight to survive. And this is all the Creator experiencing itself. It's not good or bad. It was all part of our evolution as a species to get us where we are now. And now we are we are at a time where Ra talks about this is the harvest. And actually in 2012, our Earth became a 4th density planet. So now we can start to develop and evolve 4th density bodies. So this is happening as we are awakening, as we are doing the work within ourselves, and everything is getting brought up to the surface. All of our darkness, all of our shadows, everything right now is getting brought up in the collective. And a lot of people are losing their shit. But those of us who are doing the work can access this 4th density energy right now, which is love. The 4th density is the heart chakra, which is love. And we are being pulled towards this love. And you can see it also in our history with the hippie movement in the 60s, where we're getting tired of war, where we want to live in peace, but we still have these governments and these different corporate entities that want to control us and keep us enslaved. But we're moving out of that. We are becoming aware these people can't control us anymore, because we have they don't just have one news media outlet. There's so much information out there now with the internet, and also with technology and the internet. It's like we are more connected. Just as we are moving into this 4th density, with our technology, it's bringing us together. We are unified now more than ever, all across the planet. And this is all part of the 4th density, because it is the density where we are going to become telepathic with one another. We are going to become more connected with one another. And what we would perceive as 4th density beings, if they came down to the earth right now and interacted with us, we would perceive them as gods, because of the abilities that they have, where they can manifest things with their technology, with their presence and their powers that they have. This is what we're moving into as a species. It's going to take hundreds and thousands of years of evolving in this 4th density. And we are going to go through cataclysms. We are going to go through different things to test us. And it is all part of this harvest. And it is part of our planet, of our whole solar system, going into this 4th density. This is why us starseeds, light workers, wanderers, and even everybody on this planet, this is what we're here for. It's a graduation of consciousness on our planet. It is us moving from the 3rd grade to the 4th grade, for example. And not everybody is going to make it. A lot of people are going to have to incarnate on different planets, because they're still choosing to live in that 3rd density energy. Only those of us who are doing the work, are aligning, are loving and care for others. We have to be at least 51% service to others to be able to graduate into the 4th density. And so yeah, through this 4th density ascension that we're going through, we have to become more service to others, more loving, more aware and conscious, and putting in the effort for our own growth and the growth of others. Embodying that unconditional love. And with this 3rd density, the 3rd density is also a choice point where we can choose to go on the path of service to others, or the path of service to self. Which the service to self path, you can see narcissistic people, evil people on our planet doing terrible things, but it's actually a lot harder to progress on the path of service to self than it is to service to others. You have to be at least 95% service to self to be able to graduate into fourth density negative, which there are whole planets. For example, in the Orion constellation, there are planets that have evolved service to self, fourth density negative, and these beings actually enslave other planets through working in the shadows, through manipulating, through working with the elites of other planets. But that is another topic that I will talk about in another video. For now, let's stay on topic. As we progress in this ascension, we are going to start becoming more aware. Our DNA is transforming, is becoming more crystallized. And right now we have a chemical body, and we're moving to a more light-based body where we are going to be able to handle more light. As we raise our frequency, as we work with this Kundalini energy to clear through all of our blocks in our chakra system and upgrade our nervous system to this fourth density love, we are going to be able to hold more light in our body. We are going to be able to hold a higher frequency and be able to develop these psychic abilities where we are going to be able to communicate with each other. And actually, one of the dreams that I've had about this ascension, about the solar flash, was there's like thousands of us up in the mountains just gathered there. We knew that it was coming, and this wave of light came. And as this wave of light hit us, I was feeling myself connected with everybody. It was like I could feel everybody's thoughts, I could feel everybody, and there's 3 different waves that came. The third wave, I remember, we all dropped down to our knees, and it was just so intense, and we could just all feel each other, like we were becoming one with each other. And as consciousness evolves in this fourth density, we are going to become what Ra calls a social memory complex, where each entity is a part of the whole, whereas one individual in the group has access to all the information, all the memories and experiences of everybody in the other group. And as consciousness progresses on this 7 density scale, we become more connected with each other. We become one, because as we are moving up, further up the scale, we are becoming more like the creator. We are from, let's say, the first density to the second is the most separate. We are becoming least separate, and we are coming into the union. We are becoming more of the creator. And the fourth density beings, let's say fourth density entities, they are very service to others. So they will be assisting other planets, helping them with their ascension, helping them become more aware, working with their DNA to upgrade their bodies and certain things. You will see the fourth density beings going out into the universe more, of being of service to other third density planets that don't know who they are yet, planets like us. And as consciousness evolves to this fourth density, you get to the fifth density, which is your throat chakra, which by the time they evolve through the throat chakra, they become light bodies, where they don't need a certain form, they don't need a certain body, they can project themselves as anything. They're complete light, and their capacity to hold light and vibrate at a higher frequency allows them to have all these different psychic abilities, to have basically become angelic beings. And it is the density of wisdom and light. As the fourth density is love and understanding, the fifth density is light and wisdom. So it becomes more like the Buddha, where instead of so much love and wanting to, they kind of balance it out, where they kind of go within and develop their abilities. They spend millions of years just going within, developing their abilities, and assisting other beings. And actually in these higher densities, 4th, 5th, and 6th densities, you get what Ra calls wanderers, which is most people like us, starseeds. People who come to, souls who come down to the 3rd density, incarnate in bodies so they could help, so they could raise the frequency of different planets. And that is what we are. Most of you who are watching this video, this is what you're here for. This is what you are. You are a higher density being that's come down from the higher densities to be of service. And all the different masters on our planet were wanderers who came from the higher dimensions to give us knowledge, to give us freedom, to show us a higher way of being, to show us love. And then in the 6th density, Ra is from the 6th density, and that is where the law of one is from. It is when love and understanding meet love and wisdom, and they become fully balanced. The masculine and feminine energies within them become fully balanced. And then also the higher self is in the 6th density. So once you get to a certain point in the 6th density, you become the higher self, which is basically us in the future, billions of years into the future. And then our higher self looks into the past and then guides us, is actually guiding us from this higher future self-awareness into, it goes back into our past. So right now you have your higher self guiding you in certain situations to take you on the quickest path to your evolution. But you need to quiet yourself, you need to be present, you need to be aware, to be able to hear the voice of your higher self, to be guided by it, to embody your highest mission in this lifetime. That is what your higher self is guiding you to do. It works with you through your dreams, it works with you through certain situations, through seeing number synchronicities. There's just so much the higher self works with. And the higher self is not the end of the line, because you get to the 7th density, and it's basically you have 1 foot in this universe and 1 foot in the next, which is the next octave, which is oneness with the Creator. Eventually we're going to merge into the oneness of the Creator again, where we came from, and we're going to move into the next octave. So Ra doesn't have much information on the 7th density, because they haven't made it that far yet, but they say that they have teachers in the 7th density that teach them different things. But what it comprises of, I'm not sure. That we live in an infinite universe, so it could be anything. It could be like becoming a sun, you know, becoming a galaxy, like who knows. Just, we live in such a vast and infinite universe that our physical minds can't really wrap our heads around it. But the 7th density is connected with your crown chakra, which is a portal, a gateway to intelligent infinity. And then the 6th density is connected with your 3rd eye, which also is connected with your psychic abilities. So once you raise your kundalini to your higher chakras, you have more ability to express yourself in this lifetime, to have these different psychic abilities and visions and different things. And that is why you're connecting with your 3rd eye is so powerful. But after these 7 densities, you get to an octave, just like in the musical scale. You have the 7 you have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then it goes up to A, and then you have a higher octave of that. That's what it happens once you progress to the 7 densities. It's just infinite. It's infinite universes, and we're always going to be progressing. We're always going to be growing. Time is just not even a factor. Time is just an illusion that we have in this 3rd density, that how we perceive our reality is actually because of the gravity of our sun, and different planetary systems experience time differently because their sun might have a different gravity, and it was all orchestrated by the logos of our galaxy. And our sun is an expression of the Creator. We just are scientists and people of the planet just look at the sun as this like fiery ball of gases and energy, but it really is a sentient being that is the God of our universe, and it is what Ra calls as the Logos. And actually in the Bible they have a verse that says, in the beginning was the Word. The Word was with God, and the Word was of God. But the Greek translation of the word was Logos. So in the beginning was the Logos, and the Logos was with God, and the Logos was God. And the Logos is an expression of God, our sun. That's why all these ancient cultures, they worship the sun. The sun was a god, and actually Ra was the sun god in Egypt. So, I hope that brought some light to the understanding of our universe. And I would highly encourage you to read the books for yourself. It has very complex language to it, and it's hard to read because it's all based on questions and answers, and Ra won't answer certain questions because it goes against their free will. These positive extraterrestrial entities, they value our free will and they won't infringe upon it. That's why you don't see positive extraterrestrials landing on the White House and coming out to us openly, because they value free will. Just like when we are watching 2nd density animals like lions in the savannah or different animals, we're watching them from a distance. We are observing them from a distance. We're not engaging with them because we would mess up their habitat. So it's the same with these extraterrestrial ETs, but the negative extraterrestrials, they will infringe upon your free will. That is how they gain their polarity. And all of this is service to others, service to self. It is polarity. It is like a magnet, positive and negative. That doesn't mean it's bad. Bad is subjective. The universe doesn't see bad. It sees as polarity, because the Creator wants to experience itself, so it had to create something that it is not. The darkness, the negative, is just an illusion that was created so that we could experience what we truly are, so we could experience ourselves from a subjective point. Thank you for being here with me. Thank you for making this far in this video. I will be coming out with more content soon, and I hope you have a blessed day today, and much love. Peace.